Monsignor Stephen Rossetti, Washington, D.C., exorcist, just came out with a new book, My Confrontation with Hell. A Can't Put Me Down read filled with really astonishing information, stuff that a lot of people would even find difficult to believe. What I'd like to ask you about is one case in particular. It involved a witch, and you learned a little bit about witches and what they can do, didn't you?
Precisely. I learned a lot. I mean, after 20 years of being an exorcist, and as you say, Michael, some things people wouldn't believe it, but it's true. Everything in that book, it happened, and I didn't exaggerate it. And sometimes it's even more fantastic than even Hollywood understands. But in this one case, sadly, this man had an adulterous relation with a witch. He wanted us to print his story anonymously. And the things that this witch could do to him and his family was just horrible. And for example, she knew everything that was going on in his house. She would send him pictures as if she was in the house. She would shut down she put a picture, she sent a note rather, in an Amazon package that was never opened. You know, she did all sorts of things, wild things, to torture the family.
In one case, a videotape kind of.
Yes, right. She would send pictures of him and his wife, photos of him and his wife, as if she was right next to them.
And she wasn't.
And she wasn't. She knew when he and I were praying together. Now the good news is, although it took 4 years, is that he's been liberated from this torture.
But how is it that somebody can project themselves to be right on the scene?
Here's what I would say. I mean, people don't. He said I wouldn't have believed it either. But what I come to understand is when people ask me what can a proficient witch, not to hack, but a proficient witch do, she can do anything a demon can do. Why? Because that's where the witches get their power, from demons. They might not admit it. No, but so demons can do these things, and they were torturing her.
How would you describe how a demon looks from what you've discerned from what's been depicted to you from those who see them?
Well, first of all, a demon doesn't have a body, so it doesn't look like anything, but it does have a spiritual self. And as one visionary said, they are blacker than black, and Hollywood can't even approach how ugly they are. As a matter of fact, I do know a story of a woman who actually had a vision of a huge demon, and she had a heart attack. So people don't realize, as St. Faustina said, what's one of the greatest sufferings of hell? The vision of Satan. I think it was one of the great saints and mystics said, I would rather suffer all the sufferings of the world than have one more glimpse of Satan.
And you've had texts from demons.
People don't believe it. People don't believe it. I do get texts from demons. They'll diss me and give me a hard time in any way they can. And now they've got technology. They'll mess with my computers. They mess with it's quite a challenge.
What is demon brain? You in the book you discuss demon brain.
Well, when we first get someone who's possessed, or you speak to a practicing witch or a Satanist, the ideas in their brain are just unbelievable. You say, where'd you get that idea? For example, the witch will say, my God, who was a demon, my God is stronger than your God. She actually believes that, which is nonsense. Or demons will say that God doesn't care about you, he hates you, he's going to send you to hell. The demons have these distorted, evil ideas. And what happens is when you're possessed, sadly, you got a lot of that demon brain in you. So it takes a long time to sort of purify their thinking and to get some Jesus thinking,
And in other cases, I guess when a spirit attaches, they may cause fatigue and
all
what other
sorts
types
of things. Well, also, for example, when we do our discernment, we have some sensitive people, some spiritually sensitive people in the room, and when someone really does have demons, it just hits your head, you just feel the stomach gets nauseous, it sucks the energy from you. I had one young exorcist call me, he said, Monsignor, he said, I just started this ministry, but I don't understand it. I'll have 2 or 3 cases in a day, and then I'm exhausted. I said, absolutely. I said, God gives you life. God is life and truth and goodness. The demons are evil, dark, and they'll suck the energy out of you.
But you also sense angels, and you come away with joy.
Yeah, no, it's been a joyful ministry, although it has its moments, you know. But I've been very blessed, and I think I try to convey that our exorcism team are a bunch of joyful people, and because Jesus is our joy.
Thank you, Monsignor. Monsignor Rossetti, Washington, D.C., new book, My Confrontation with Hell. Fascinating stories, very difficult to believe, but no question about the detail in this book and the authenticity.
My
Thank
thanks
you.
to the Browns and to Spirit Daily.